For the boys, for the guys, why you shouldn't be afraid of rejection or just approaching women. This ain't chasing them. You're making a direct masculine approach. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of guys really do this too much. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know. From my own experience, that's always kind of been my way of just doing it. It always just was much easier and everything. I don't even know. It's not even about confidence. It was just whatever. You gotta develop that mindset too. And how you get that? We're gonna build the steps to get to that point where you don't care, where rejection doesn't hurt. Cause man, it still hurts, especially cause everyone gets rejected. It don't matter. It don't matter what you do. Everyone gets rejected, and it stings. So how do you get out of that space where it stings and get to that point of just going on to the next one and having an abundance mindset of just, okay, on to the next one, or I'm rolling to the next one, walking to the next one, You just got to think, don't take it personal. And she has a preference, and you just want that preference. And if it's a win-win situation, she probably look you up, find you. They be watching like that. I'm not lying to you. That's literally what they be doing. They be watching like that. So whatever happens, you come across, life happens again. This is why you don't invest too much in one thing. Options, not even options in the way that you just have multiple women, but just options in the way of just like you can just talk to a lot of people without putting or attaching yourself to a lot of things. That's what it is. Because once you feel that fear of loss, she will feel it. She will feel it with her sixth sense. She will feel that you need her. She will feel that you love her. I'm just kidding. She will feel that you need her. She will feel that you cannot live without her. She will feel that, and then she'll shut you down. And that's what it is. That's what it is. So how do we get there? We got to build on our extrinsic values first. It's a lot easier when you're feeling good about your body, your finances, your fashion. These are just basic things, and that will correlate, or should. Most of the time it helps. Build onto your internal confidence. Like, let's be serious. I don't think anyone just comes out the womb just all jiggity and just feeling like they're the man. They can just do whatever they want. No, guys need to have that so they can feel internally confident. That's what guys are. Guys are protectors. Guys are providers. Guys have that in that solid. They need that to feel validated, to feel like they're enough, because honestly, a lot of guys are genuine. They're not really like bullies. They're not really like cutthroat. They're really genuine people. And how do they get there? They get there from all these values, whatever values they value. And so once you get to that place of that where you're feeling good about yourself, and then you get burnt, or you get rejected, you just got to be like, okay, she didn't like me. You don't really think too much, don't really ponder too much about it, because it's just, what can you do? You can't do anything. This just goes back to the thing of just not caring. You can't do anything. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if she don't like you? Literally. So go on, and if she sees or like a little bit of interest, and you just take it on the chin, be a man, she might be attracted. Come down the road. 3 months. That's a long time, but the better you take that rejection, the better attractive you'll be, because a lot of men don't really take rejection too well. I never seen it that way, but no, I can definitely understand. They just keep trying harder. They just keep trying to force things. It's just like with women, don't force things. Don't pressure. Don't anything to make them feel unsafe. It's just always bad, no matter what. So your best chance of even having another opportunity, if you want it, is to just let go. It's just leave it alone. Just move on. Take that to the face, and whatever happens. And so that's what it is. Is that my friend? I don't think so. Anyways, and approaching. How we approach. It's super simple. It's super easy. You just use the environment to your advantage just to talk. Just to talk. And don't compliment. Never compliment. They might say on the internet, I love confidence. No, never compliment. Never validate. Maybe you could throw, I'm not saying, but she go, Okay, it's dumb in their heads. It's dumb. This is what I learned. But she either gonna see you as like a nice guy or whatever. It just depends on her as well. Because some of them take compliments well, but don't come off that way. Because you seem too friendly. You seem too way too nice. You know, don't, at least her looks. Don't compliment the looks at all. Compliment like shoes. Something actually specific, something that actually matters, that she probably put time into. She's like, I never heard that before. Like, seriously, like, that's a good one. Thank you for the validation or whatever. And that, if you want to go in that route, there you go. Other than that, the other approach would just be using anything around the area. On the go, this is probably super hard on the go because like you might see someone at a gas station or whatever. You're like, what do I do? What do I do? You just gotta do it. You just gotta 3, 2, 1, boom, rocket ship, go. Whatever happens, because you're never gonna see that person ever again. And I say all this, and when I say it probably low-key don't matter what you say, because if she's attracted to you, then it don't matter. Everything goes out the window, and people be like, she's gotta be attracted to you. I'm like, bro, grow your confidence, do the work. Stop feeling bad. Stop saying you actually got. Of course you do. Of course you do. Of course you got to be attractive. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But thankfully, with men, with how girls see men, they don't need to just be like, yeah, they need to be some sort of attractive. But if you raise their interest with your words, they fall in love with their ears. Guys fall in love with their eyes. So if you just maybe pop out, say a couple things. You know, you could be trembling in your shorts and your legs. She won't even be looking down. But if you just have a good voice, you speaking directly in your tone, holding that frame, that seductive frame, you know, things can happen. And I say it don't was and I what did I say? And I say it doesn't matter what you say or whatever, because with like let me give you an example. Ooh, I've been begging and pleading and crying about it. I didn't say anything. I literally said some of the most corny, some of the most, and you could say a pickup line too. You could literally do with anything, but with that you have less of a chance, right? That's why I don't want you to go there with that. You have less of a chance. She immediately puts you down below her subconsciously, and that sucks, but that's why I don't go there. That's why it's just better just to conversate. Girls like talking, for sure. But with me, I'm literally telling you, it doesn't, like, you might get lucky and this little thing might contribute into who I am now. And so what it is. So that's what I'm saying, you know? And if her interest is higher than yours, that's always good. That's always good. Most of the time, that's not going to be what's happening because they play hard to get or they want you to chase or who knows the case. Don't chase. Don't do none of that. But pursue, but be interested. Nothing's wrong with being interested. Nothing's wrong with having interest in other people because you like them, because you want to get to know them, because you think they're attractive, because whatever the case may be. Nothing's wrong with that. And so that's why it just goes back to all these things I'm talking about. Time, not caring. It's always win-win situation. You know, all these other things, that mindset shift into where you'll be just okay with anything because you're already good enough. You're already fine. You already have a life outside of her. You didn't know her your entire life. You barely ran across her. So it's just like, whatever it is. That builds to something else, connection, heartbreak, whatever the case may be. It's always good because you can grow and you can get better and life goes on. So that's why you shouldn't be scared of approaching, you know what I mean? Because you probably won't ever get to see them again. You probably won't ever, and it's just they're taken, whatever. There's always a lot of excuses, you know, timing. A lot of it is based on timing too, as well. You know, if you're not in that headspace, because I'll be overthinking a lot, like, what's the point? And if I even do this, like, what's the point? Don't even think like, what's the point? Because it's just like, what is the point? What is the point of any of this? I can say that. What is the point of everything and anything in this entire world? And that's pretty like broad and deep, and that's kind of the headspace I'm in, because I'm just like, I know what can happen from the situation if everything helps out. And that's obviously like a protective mechanism for right now, like a little barrier, you know. Don't be like that, you know, because how can they hurt you? You know what I mean? Like, they can't, like, you're literally bigger than them, like be for real. So that's what it is. And that's what you got to do. So don't be afraid, you know. This is like, especially if you just want to get out the shell, just be like, I'm taking charge of my life. I'm going, bro, I'm telling you, the more you do things, the better you get. And that's just a practice. Practicing makes perfect with everything. You know, that you could start out with people you don't find really attractive. My lips are dry. That's what you can do too. You don't even need to try to have an outcome. And this is, well, mindset, outcome independence. You don't even need to want to gain anything. Like, literally, guys just want to gain something. Don't try to gain something. You'll find out when you stop trying to gain something, you actually gain more. So that too. It's a lot of thinking things, right? A lot of thinking things, and just that's just where it comes from. It's just your mindset. It's just your mindset shift. And that's really how it is, to be honest. That's, I guess, what's worked with me, what just I learned, or how I give you advice. And that's really it. My lips are dry. I've been talking too much in this wind. But yeah, that's what it is. And hope you got this one down.